I shake
He's
my
safe.
head. I shake my head every time I hear that track. Like, what was I thinking?
That is an amazing track, and I'm glad I actually got to hear it this time.
Facts.
Ooh,
Go ahead and bring
man,
us in, late man.
the old 2 podcast shuffle. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to us tonight. Deep in the building, got my girl Dizzy and my man DRay. Welcome to Power Ups International. Oh wow, I'm representing the Flash tonight, so you know.
I'm representing us. See, sorry, power ups.
I'm representing melanated geniuses.
Fair enough. All applicable. Wow. Sheesh, where do I go? I'm all over the place.
Yeah, it's all good. I know you got to get a little bit adjusted coming from Crazy Carla because both
It was a good show. I caught most of Carla's show tonight. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was over here stuffing my face so I wouldn't be eating on camera like some people do. No name.
Oh well.
I've never done that.
Well, that excludes you. Anyway.
Yeah, today was a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say today was a very productive day. I'm not gonna go too much into it, of course, but it was very productive. It was something I was waiting for a long time that actually transpired, and not completely out of the rabbit hole yet, but it's a start, and things are looking good.
That's good. It's always a good feeling when you have a productive day and you can just like look back and say, "Yeah,
the goop is here. The good is here.
Good is here.
Goob misspelled his name.
Totally."
See who's already started the edible count. What up, Goob? Good Goob. All right.
Welcome, Goob.
Yeah, without. I'm glad you had a productive day. I had a busy day as well. So I'm just happy to kind of decompress and chill out and nerd out with you guys tonight. So
you know, this is always our favorite show. Hey, we got somebody new I've never seen. Hey, is it Qwong? Welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Oh, Goob just told me to stop snitching, so I'm gonna do
that. My bad, Goob.
Told me to stop snitching.
So listen, tonight I'm so excited that we have pretty much what we would consider Blast royalty, even though he is not, if you will, officially a Blast member, but he's always been a part of, you know, our podcast and whatnot. He is an amazing guy. I love his website. What is that? Black Scientists or Black Sci-Fi? Or am I totally butchering it?
You're probably butchering it. We'll let him.
Well, ask him when he gets on here.
Yeah, valid point.
But he's straight out of Afrocentric Central. Yeah, I'm messing that up too. You know what? We need to go ahead and bring him on here. We don't butcher his name twice.
Black Science Fiction Society. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
we could tell who's not taking the edible tonight. Bring him on.
I got him. My man Javis, what is going on?
Javis was good. What's going on?
We are doing well. I'm doing well. Oh, Afrofuturism Central. Wow. Yeah, we totally destroyed everything.
Black comic creators. Yeah.
I take no responsibility. I bought a lot of cold medicine.
See.
Oh, I'm hearing the congestion. Wow.
Yeah. You know, Goob told me to stop snitching, and then now he's snitching on us. What is that all about?
It's okay. I'll have a word with his wife later. Get them all straightened out.
Do that.
Oh boy. So Jarvis, what's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Staying busy at the university, working with the media centers, with the makerspace. Recently became an AI fellow. Will actually get a stipend to do research on AI and report on it, and working on my doctorate with Alverno College. My last
nice,
hopefully 8 months before I'm completed my dissertation. So lots of good stuff. Also running those groups that we talked about, Black Science Fiction Society. I think we have like 12 thousand people on there now. No, 11, and then on Black Comic Creators,
Nice.
like 27,000. And our crown jewel, which is Afrofuturism Central, we are probably about 6,000 people away from a 500,000. So we're at like
Wow.
493 something after a big boost with the Afrofuturistic movies, Wakanda Forever, and the original Black Panther. Because people didn't know what Afrofuturism was, but you said, okay, Black Panther, that's Afrofuturism. People, oh, okay, good, I understand. And it's a lot more sexy than Black science fiction. It's Afrofuturism.
How long has Afrofuturism been going? How long has it been?
I think roughly 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
And we just started off with about 600 people, and it kind of got up to 70,000 maybe 2 years ago. But like I said, those movies came out, and two things happened. People understood what Afrofuturism was at the time, finally. And the boom of the AI art. People love the AI art stuff, and I allowed them to post as much beautiful imagery as they wanted to on the group, and it resonated with people, so it just kind of took off. So we gained like over 400,000 people in 2 years.
Dang. Okay. That is legit.
That is some growth right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's a blessing and a half.
Yes, it is.
Facts.
Yes, it is. So go ahead.
No. You go ahead, DRay. I saw Dizzy and yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, I was like a little bit stunned myself. Before we go into what brings Mr. Jarvis here, I have a discussion question for all of us, and I want this to be a tie-in to our future Power Ups International Spotify playlist, right?
Okay.
So everybody's got to think of a song, right? You ready? So, where the heck is the picture? As you're starting your attack run on the Death Star, you turn up the volume and hit play. What song starts playing?
Anytime my song
is earlier, and I got so happy because I immediately knew my answer, like with no hesitation. I'm like, that question made me so happy.
Go ahead.
I'll let you go ahead, Dizzy. Go ahead.
Dude, immigrant song, Led Zeppelin.
Okay. I like it. Up loud. Like it.
Mine is actually MOP Annie Up. That's my joint. Oh yeah. We blowing stuff up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, Little John turned out what?
I like it. I like it.
What you got, DRay?
Of course, me is Wu-Tang Triumph. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this. Wu-Tang is here forever, mother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My kids just looked at me like, Dad.
Man,
so
that is a cool concept.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to get that taken care of.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
Now,
go ahead.
Now, Mr. Jarvis, could you tell everybody about your involvement with Dragon Con that's coming up this summer?
August.
Oh, okay. That's been something I've been doing. Blessed to be able to do for like the last 6 years. Dragon Con is like the biggest multimedia convention in the U.S., probably the world. That's fan driven. A lot of the it's more from the fans' perspective and volunteers that are fans run a lot of the tracks, like myself. And so what I'm over is the diversity track, where we do the LGBT, the Black, the women, the handicapped, the neurodiverse. We try to bring as many people and voices under one umbrella so that their voices are heard. Dragon has always been a good proponent of that, and this allows us to have input. Every year we don't just have a panel and everybody go home and go back to normal. What we do, we have I think last year we had about 44 hours of programming from from about 10 in the morning to at least midnight every night for 5 nights. So it's a lot of content, and we also had got to do the march in the parade. Dragon Con is so big it shuts down downtown and has a parade on Saturday morning.
Man,
we had 4 parties and a film exhibition. So a lot of fun, and I get to meet cool people like Don McGregor was part of the track last year. He was the original creator of Black Panther.
Oh, nice.
And so him and his people, and he had 2 vans, and it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. So we get to meet people that are in Hollywood, people that are in the publishing industry, game industry, and rub elbows with them and glean information and their stories on how they got where they are and how you can get where they are if that's what you want to do.
I hear through the grapevine that Jarvis is sending the limo for the Power Ups International Squad for Dragon Con. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I'm gonna use one of his AI program and send that right to him.
Man, I can't get jiggy with no AI limo.
You just gotta use your imagination. Maybe take an edible. I believe.
No.
And keep the wheels together.
Oh man. It was a cool visit though. I love me a con. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Cons. Normally I'm not into crowds. I'm not like an extraordinarily social person, but there's a different energy to a con crowd because like you might be elbow to elbow, packed, you're in lines for hours, but you're all there to share your love and passion for the same thing. And it's like a whole different kind of crowd energy. It's almost like a rock concert. It's just like so energetic and I love it. I'm here for it.
With like-minded people, and I'm not sure if you all have seen Ready Player One, but if someone that hasn't ever been there, Dragon Con is like Ready Player One with real people. Everywhere you look, it's hundreds of people dressed out in cosplay of every cartoon character, comic book, video game character, movie person that you can think of. And people have actual real robots roving around Dragon Con that they took their last dime and made to come show off here. It's amazing, and it sometimes can be a little overwhelming because there's so much going on.
It like you get so happy. It's like I go to a con every year and it kind of recharges my soul for the year. Yeah. Like I love it, and it makes me so happy. It gives me so much positivity that like for weeks I'm on a high.
Look, I call it a Hall of Bones experience. Did you guys ever grow up watching Dungeons and Dragons, the series?
Yeah, they animated.
There was an episode where each of their weapons was running out of power. The batteries were flickering out, right? And so just like, okay, I know what's going on. You got to go to the Hall of Bones, and so that's where all of the heroes of past were buried, and you got to go there and recharge. So that's what they ended up doing. They went to the Hall of Bones and recharged all their power.
I like it.
Wow, that was a good show. I still remember that as a kid because I loved the whole concept. That was that Hanna-Barbera that made that, or was that like?
I'm not sure. Don't give me the line. But one thing that people for decades, we never got the resolution of the show. But thanks to some fan. They took like cut scenes and got some of the original people, and they finished the series out with the last 30 minutes. They made it like a 35 minute film that
really
story out, and you get to find out what happened, why all this happened.
It says here it was co-produced by TSR and Marvel.
Ooh, Marvel early in the game.
You go, Marvel. Because that almost had the taste of anime, if you will, in the earlier days because of the whole concept and everything. I mean, this is going back very far to remember some of this, but I remember the whole story was engaging. I was always, I didn't want to miss an episode because what are they going to get caught up with now?
Who's going to thwart their plan to get out of this hellhole? Because they would get soaked and then have to come back to save somebody or something like that many times.
That's what's up. What you doing, DRay?
I'm over here playing with AI. I'm trying to animate Hofly.
Oh, gotcha.
I was not ready.
We'll explain that story to you, Jarvis.
Oh my god, that is a mispronunciation that's never gonna leave me alone. It has its own life now.
Hey, it's AI code now.
We will explain the whole fly.
So Jarvis, you were telling me you have really been doing big into VR lately. What's been your game of choice, or what have you been doing with virtual reality?
VR, I've been actually messing with students and trying to get them to do VR. And what I've been doing is several separate things. They're using 360 cameras to record actual experiences that you can share with other people on VR. So you say you were hiking through the woods or jet skiing or something. You have a 360 camera. You can record that experience and save that to YouTube and share that with other people. And then also there's another route where you can take 3D and make a complete 3D scene or whatever. Do similarly, export it, save it to YouTube, and other people can experience what you animated. And then just the regular games, going in there playing a lot of the free games. I'm sorry, I'm cheap. And so there are hundreds of games in there. There are hundreds of movies. Like you can go into, say, Horizon World, and you walk into this theater, and there are like movies playing, or there might be a concert playing. And experience that concert as though you're right there. You can go and walk in this room and look around, and there are other people in there. Those are they can be either animated characters that are actual people, or you may be watching a concert, let's say with John Legend, and he's just like a few feet away from you, and it's just like you can reach out and touch him. But it's all going on in there, and there's plenty of games. But like I said, I'm cheap. I've been playing a lot of the free stuff, and the ones that I have paid for, I can't think of them right now. But I do like Stranger Things. That's on my purchase list, and the Iron Man, because you can play all of those characters that were blowing up in the Iron Man movie. That he was all those suits he blew up. You get to play all of them.
Oh yeah. I love that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool. Like VR is dangerous though. Like me, I get a little issue with motion sickness, so I have to be careful about what game I play. Because me, I love. I play Beat Saber, of course. I'm addicted to Beat Saber. It is a workout and it is fun.
It's working out.
And then there was the Darth Vader series. It was a 3-part series.
Vader Immortal.
Yep. That was really good. It was cool. Like you got a lightsaber and you're like deflecting the shots for like the stormtroopers and stuff. But then I tried to play, what was that spaceship? What was it, Eve or something? And I went into a spin as soon as I pulled out the hanger, and I could not even stay with my headset on long enough to turn the game off. I had to rip my headset off. I was going to throw up.
Yikes.
I was just like, no.
So realistic that you feel like you're there.
Oh, yeah. Like I straight up fell over. But then there's some really cool like educational ones. Like there's this one where you're actually in a bomber during the Blitz. Or there's one where you can explore the Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Which I love.
Those are fun and interesting things that you can do. That's one thing that you touched on that a lot of people don't think about. There's all these educational things in there, and you get to learn from it in a totally different way. Like that plane that you were talking about with the war. You're sitting in there and you looking around. There's other people next to you each side, and they start talking and the bullets start flying and stuff, and you're like, "What's going on?" So
you hear like the radio transmissions, and it's really cool.
Right. You get all that cool stuff. Now the Titanic, I'm not sure I want to play that one.
that one is interesting. I love that you can explore the Titanic and you find like these artifacts because you're there looking for artifacts and you have to clean them off and everything, and you learn about how cleaning these artifacts is really dangerous because they can fall apart like that because they've been so deep underwater, high pressure, salt water. So you've got to go through this like specific way of cleaning it, otherwise it just kind of disintegrates.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you that because the one I was looking at, you're experiencing the Titanic as one of the passengers. And I was like, no, I
think it has chapters where it's like that. It kind of bounces back and forth between like the future and you're exploring it, and then you're there on the night. But it's really cool. But I always come back to Beat Saber.
You always have your favorites, your go-to.
You know,
that's when I think it's big screen. You can watch movies and
I've got that
and TV shows and stuff with other people. So you go into this. It looks like
that's dope.
You go into there and the movie's playing, and so if you look to your left or right and you see people, the characters, those are actual people, other people in there with you. So you can turn around and talk to them. I think you can throw popcorn at each other, just random little crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
I remember for our honeymoon, my wife and I went to Disney in Orlando. And I remember going to the 4D theater that they were showing Shrek. And the 4D theater, the chairs moved, water got splashed on you. You could smell whatever Shrek just did. And, and it was just like, wow, this is really cool. And here we are a little over 10 years later, we have that technology at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of insane. When you think about it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. There's a chair that you can get, and I've been kind of eyeballing it for research purposes. That you can it's a VR gaming chair, and the chair turns and moves and everything with you like that you can buy for your house.
Wow.
Yeah, for less than $1,000.
So is it basically like, I'm gonna date myself because Dizzy probably is not gonna know what I'm about to say. So is it basically like the Last Starfighter simulator? Remember that old movie, The Last Starfighter, and you sat in it?
Like that in real life. I forgot about that movie. I think that movie was like one of the first movies that actually used 3D.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. I watched that over and over because of the craze of Star Wars. It was literally like a B movie to it. It was good.
Yeah, and
it came out the year I was born.
Way to make that feel great, Dizzy.
Listen, I thought you were over exaggerating because, like, I don't feel like you guys are much older than me, but apparently,
until we prove it.
Not but apparently.
Until we prove it. Yeah.
Now the thing I can
something that was that another
say that again?
Battle for the Planets, was that it?
Battle for the Planets, G-Force, yeah. That was definitely anime.
He had the character from I can't think of the name of it now. But it was a similar thing where they were like kind of pulling together a galactic front to fight the bad guys, and there's a bunch of random characters from different worlds. I can't think of the name of it.
Was it like Battle of the Star? No, yeah, I think that's what it was. Battle of the whatever. I remember seeing that on early Sunday mornings.
Battle of the Planets had the G-Force, which was, I believe, was Mark, Jason, Keop. Was it Princess and Tiny? I'm dating myself to know them, but
yeah, the fact that you know them by name.
I watched that show.
And Dizzy wasn't even an egg yet.
Hey,
You would have thought.
You make it sound like I'm a baby. I'm 40, okay?
Like I said, you weren't even an egg yet.
This is the only group I spend time with online where I am the youngest.
It is what it
What
is.
can we say? You know, what can we say?
What can we say?
G-Force was definitely early day anime before anime was a word that we use commonly.
Mhm.
And I loved it, man. It was great. I mean, shoot, Speed Racer was even anime before all of that. So, you know, and Speed Racer was addictive. So, you know.
You ever have like one of those shows? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm dating myself. I think one of my first entries to anime was Gigantor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
the Shogun Warriors? Yeah, you're right.
wow.
I forgot about that.
I used to think that my first anime, my gateway drug, I used to think that for me was Inuyasha. I used to think that, but then I found out way years after I used to watch this obsessively as a kid. I found out it's actually anime. Is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Look it up.
Yeah,
there is a Wonderful Wizard of Oz anime, and I didn't know that was anime until like last year.
Well, you know, there was a anime Lord of the Rings in like the 70s.
Yeah, that was the one I grew up with.
Yeah, that I remember that. You know, of course, my first gateway into anime was Star Blazers. So that
love Star Blazers.
That was my stuff right there.
Love Star Blazers.
I used to think mine was Inuyasha, and I had to go on eBay and find those like really bad bootleg translation DVDs because to finish that, because that was before any streaming service. They weren't on sale in stores over here. Like it wasn't even. I don't think even most of it wasn't even translated into English yet.
Right.
So like I remember I went on, I've still got them somewhere, these really horrible bootleg, badly third-party translated copies on DVD, and they make me laugh so much. The translations.
Look, I found the movie I was talking about. It's called Battle Beyond the Stars. You remember that one?
I think
that sounds familiar. Hold on.
Let me look. Now I'm curious.
What did we do before Google, boys?
Struggle.
No, we called somebody that actually knew something.
We went to a library.
Oh, that came out in 1980.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I went to the movies to see this.
Wow.
I was 8 years old. Yeah, I was 8 years old. My mom took me to the movies to see this. Because the little robot or the voice on the ship, they self-destructed in the end. I remember that. I do remember that.
I don't remember that.
Now I know how it ends.
Well, you don't know exactly how it ends.
Oh, the little voice self-destructs. You just said it.
But then you don't know why. You don't know how. You know. You don't know what for what reason.
That's okay. I feel like the spoiler moratorium is over on that one. Like I can't.
Not the spoiler moratorium.
There is a spoiler moratorium. I mean, like what? 1980. How long ago was that? 44 years. 44 years.
You
ain't seen it in 44 years. It's a great chance you ain't gonna see it.
If you didn't see it 44 years ago, Emily, it is your own fault. I don't care that you're only 40.
You know, I doubt we're talking. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just saying. I'm looking at the effects. Totally Battlestar Galactica vibes, big time.
This was one of the first movies that was like a version. It was they tried to mix Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica.
I can see it because
they tried to mix both of them, and I mean it was straight corny. But for an 8-year-old, it was the best movie in the world.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you know what? It just hold on, Jarvis. It just dawned on me that the ship in this movie looks like a uterus.
I was thinking it looked like it had breath.
Yeah, no, look, it looks like
Yeah, I see that. Or Testy.
What kind of Rorschach spaceship is this?
It's like the guns or the fallopian tube.
Can
You're
someone
right.
turn it up so I can see? Like,
You want to see the? Hold up.
I want to see this.
Be
I want to
careful
see,
I'll get-
what I see on the
I'll get the
Rorschach
picture.
spaceship.
Hey,
I'll get the picture.
do we have a blast or the spotlight before we get called?
We do.
Yeah, we can figure it out while you look.
Yeah, let's do that while we're looking.
I got it. I'll bring it up after this. So let me do the blast artist. It's our girl Demi Day, and this is one of my favorite songs. This is called "Do It All," right here on Blast Music 247. Let's check it out.
Hot take, I'm flipping work like hot cakes. Giving my word, high stakes. Prices absurd, but that's my rate. Pay me my money, nothing about me is lucky. I've been in this bitch going dummy. I rap like a mummy. They looking at me kind of funny, but every check looking lovely. I know my worth, flexing so hard that it hurt. I got it all out the dirt, fat in the purse. Charging a rack for a verse. Niggas must be on alert, show them the proof. I do not need me a booth to do all the shit that I do. I'm better than you. Trust me, you say that shit too if you seen all the shit from my view. Nigga, I'm cool, show me the loot. I'm gone with the wind, go get me a flute. Like I am the band. I don't think they understand the shit I can do with these hands. Part of the plan, they counted me out again. But trust me, I know I'm the man. Do all that I can. Plus every revenue stream is a part of me building my brand. I do it all. I do it. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, I do it all. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it all. Yeah, I do it. I do it. I do it all. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it all. Yeah, I do it. I do it. I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all. Yeah, I do it, I do it, I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all. Cold blood, don't give a fuck who I once was. Where I am now is a move up. All by my lonely, I do does. Cry me a river, a few doves. Cause I am the prince of a new club. Spaded the diamond my heart loves. Cause I be the whole deck, not a part of. I know myself, internalizing my wealth. I never needed to help, no way to fail. All I can do is prevail. Wisdom so deep it's a whale. Every detail, part of a way bigger spell. Y'all better get up to scale. Cause I'm sitting sail. And trust me, the size of my talent so massive, I flip like a whale. Whew, shawty, I be moving like I'm not a fucking human. Any shit that I'm pursuing, put my energy into it. Ain't no time to sit and view it. Add it up and not compute it. I should probably be saluted. Because every time I do it, I do it all. I do it, yeah, I do it, yeah, I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all. Yeah, I do it, I do it, I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all. Yeah, I do it, I do it, I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all. Yeah, I do it, I do it, I do it all. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it all.
Yes, indeed. And that is our girl, Demi Day. But I do it all. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or an up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, just like that one from Demi Day, you can also register to Blast as a fan. blastmusic247.com and register as the unlimited fan and have access to hundreds and hundreds of independent music. Blast, we are constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. Boom. All righty. So here is the photo of said it was done with the sexual nature, wasn't it?
Now, as an 8-year-old kid, I'd have never pointed that out, but as a 51-year-old man, I see it.
Well, I see things that I'm not gonna say. So yeah, no, there's definitely some Rorschaching going on there.
I thought you were about to say this was the first official trans ship.
Oh, geez.
It's got some vibes on there. It's got some.
What's something fair about it?
Now, was John Saxon ever a 007? Was John Saxon ever a 007?
No.
But he did play a spy agent, but not of 007 caliber.
No, John Saxon was, what do I remember him from? I remember him most from Wild Wild West.
Wasn't he in...
Always the bad guy.
He's always the bad guy.
Wasn't he in
He was in
Into the Dragon? Yeah,
Into the Dragon. Yeah.
he was the one
lived in the
that
black dude. Yeah.
right.
He
Jim
lived.
Kelly
He
kicked
lived.
it.
Yeah, he lived and the black dude died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The dude with all the
It's
gambling.
still a good movie though. Yeah, it's still a good movie though.
I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all.
Not bitter at all. Hey guys, so before we head on, I have more video foolery, and this is more of Warzone madness. This one is funny. Check this out.
Your gun so bright it'll blind my eyes, man. I already have the Asian eye. I cannot see the nothing. Now I look your gun, I'm blind like the flashbang.
All right, let's go. Get your ass over here. We're gonna go test this squad's capacity for getting away.
Okay, I'm coming, Commander, man.
Target's knocked on the roof.
PA on my ex. I'm moving to engage, man. I'm moving to marry him.
No, that's not what it means.
What the brother? I don't.
What you do, basic?
I don't. What do you mean?
If you don't know your gun, that might be a problem.
I try to learn, okay? I don't want to marry. I want to engage. We get married 6 months later.
No.
Right?
Think of the context here. Why would you marry somebody we're shooting?
Cause he looked cute. He winked at me. He winked at me with the glint in the eye. With the sniper, he glint winky at me.
He does have a sniper, I'll give you that. I could see the confusion in language
Yeah,
barrier.
but
In language barrier.
Oh, that dude is hilarious.
What guy's name did you just have us watching?
He
I don't know,
always,
but I feel like more people need to say, I'm gonna go marry him now. And just like,
that guy, he's trolling everybody with his accent and stuff, and he's just funny to me. That dude is wild.
I got some people I follow. I'm gonna start sending you Troy if that's the kind of stuff you like.
Oh, for sure.
Oh boy.
Because you know how he was killing the wizard. What was that? Lightning strike, magic arrow. That was too funny.
Firestorm.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Firestorm, arcane blast. No. So check this out. The NCU is actually having Cavill, and it's not going to be Captain Britain, and it's not going to be Cyclops. He's actually going to be Thor's rival, which is his name Hyperion or Hyperion? Hyperion? I don't know how you pronounce it. Hyperion?
So you're telling me I can have Cavill and Hemsworth in one movie?
This is what I'm talking about right here.
I'm here for it.
Oh boy.
My memory is correct. Hyperion is sort of like the Marvel Superman.
Oh.
See, when
I
you say
think-
Hyperion, I think of the bad company in Borderlands. The Hyperion company.
Got it.
Handsome Jack works for it.
Wow, that's interesting that he moved from DC to Marvel and is playing the equivalent of Superman in Marvel.
For whatever dumb reason that DC feels he's too old now to play Superman, that's why they moved on from him. And I'm like,
they cannot get rid of Cavill without angering the world of nerds. All right, he is one of our kings, one of our leaders, one of the elders of the nerds. So
yeah, because he has more than willingly said he loves playing World of Warcraft, Warhammer. There was something else he said.
Like he was obsessed with The Witcher. It was like one of their encyclopedias on The Witcher. He would like. He's so good. Like, oh, and then there was. Do you remember when he built that PC? Like, I think it was like on Facebook or something, and it made me and everyone in IT so happy. like looking at the computer parts, we're like Henry Cavill's over here geeking out over all of these amazing computer parts. He's like, one of us.
Most definitely. And that's why Henry is so loved, because he really shows his nerdom and he's proud about it. He doesn't hide it. And then this dude is extremely buff, so it's like, come on. Superman.
Not heard that man is pretty. Like,
he's a handsome dude, no doubt. No pause needed. I'm secure in my manliness.
So like,
no, I'm gonna keep it.
So
go
why
ahead.
does DC think it is a good idea to say, "Oh, he's too old for this"? Is that what they're saying?
Basically, and I mean, I don't know how old Henry is, but his body ain't saying he old though. So it's like, what's the problem here? The dude looks great.
Honestly, they don't listen to us. They don't listen to fans. It's, you know, the people that are in charge of making these movies. I don't think they care.
When he did Justice League in the Snyder Cut, he was massive. Good grief!
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's
First
up?
time I saw him on screen as Superman, and y'all know I love the ladies, but I was sitting there going, man, I need to get my fat ass back in the gym.
It made you question yourself.
You know what I mean? It's just like I'm up there in the movie theater going.
Damn.
He's the reason I started playing the Witcher game. That was a game that I had never played before because that kind of came out before I got back into video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when that series came out, I'm like, Sam, babe, I feel like I should play this game.
Yeah, but I didn't even want to be a Witcher, the series, chance until I found out it was him. Then I was like, he did a good job, and so I give it a chance. Then I was like, okay, bam, we what is it called? We binged watched it, and then I'm like, okay, what's next? So they cut that series a little short. I was like, oh man, hopefully they'll do a spin-off or something in the future because I ended up watching the animes and everything after watching the show.
Like I love that story now.
Did you see the anime, the animated version?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
There's a new one coming out.
Yeah, if you haven't, run and go see it because it was good too.
The one that's all about
No, I did see it.
The animated movie is all about Vesemir. And then there's another one coming out.
Got some more stuff to look for.
I love the fact in the first season of The Witcher, it felt so true to the game. Even that little burst he does to kind of blow people back. When he did that, when he was fighting in the village, I got totally souped on that because I was like,
that was cool. That was cool. But see, Henry is a huge Witcher fan. He totally geeked out when he got that role, and he already had in his head what Geralt was because he is a huge fan of the book and he's a huge fan of the game. So like you knew going in there he was going to do it right, and I think that was one of the reasons is that he ended up leaving the show is because he was at odds because they were going in a different direction doing things he didn't like, and so it wasn't a great working environment, which is one of the reasons he's not on it anymore, and they're bringing in the Hemsworth kid.
Liam
Hemsworth.
Yeah. It's just business. So they say.
But you know, but you know, there are some actors that are just kind of central to the heart of the series. You know, they just can't
it's hard.
You know,
you just can't recast it. Like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine and Robert Downey is Iron Man.
Totally.
And like for Chris Evans, Captain America.
Yeah.
And
he's not Torch.
No. We've been down that ship and that sunk quick. They said one show? Nope.
But anyway, in our last waning minutes, Mr. Jarvis, can you talk to hey, Miss Carla?
She said, period.
Hi, Carla.
Can you please talk to us about AI and the effect of AI? Because it seems like everything now, everywhere you turn, there is something that is AI, whether it's making pictures, making videos, or even, you know, doing term papers, writing scripts. AI is everywhere. So what is your opinion on this technology?
I love
and its effect on everything.
I absolutely love it. I have been a nerd a long time, and I was explaining to someone I had my first foray into programming when I was 8 with the big tracks, a robotic tank where you could program it to do different stunts and moves and things. And so I've been involved with technology since I was a little kid, and it was accelerated by Star Wars and things of that nature, Star Trek and all that. So I think it may have been 30 years ago. 220, let's see, 1993, 94. Two big things came out that changed technology as much as AI is changing. One was cell phones. For a few years, random people had cell phones, and then the internet, same thing. You had a few nerds that were playing with it for a few years, and then it just took off. And that's where AI is. AI has been around for actually longer than that, but it's picked up steam with the nerds and tech people within the last 3 or 4 years. And so now it's reached a fever pitch where everybody else has kind of been exposed to it. So we're having a paradigm shift in technology, just like in 1993, 94, that's happening now. And so just think, if you, how do you look now? Oh, I don't use a cell phone. Oh, I don't use the internet. You look like a clown. And so the same thing is happening with AI. If things are going to change, you just have to change with the times in terms of learning new stuff. If you want to keep your job, you want to continue to augment your talent, because this stuff is not going anywhere. The Pandora's box is open, and it's gotten into every single field. So if you want to keep, I don't want to be mean, if you want to keep your job, but I think it's always good to look forward and always improve your skills. So instead of being afraid of it and fearing and fear mongering, it's going to take everybody's jobs and it's going to be terrible, to find out what's good about it and how things that you can do to augment your field or your own mind in terms of learning. I was talking to somebody the other day. They were getting back into science just as a hobby, and there were certain things that they couldn't understand. And I was like, well, if you use something like ChatGPT, which is something that I've used to explain, I asked ChatGPT to explain quantum physics to a 10-year-old. And so that's how I can understand quantum physics now, because before it was over my head, but it is in such a way that it made something that I couldn't comprehend on my own accessible. And so that's the type of thing that you can do. If you have legal questions, you can ask these things and have it spit some information out to you that you can utilize. You can use it for all. You can use it for virtually everything now, including music. I made my first AI song last week. I think no, it was 2 weeks ago. This time is moving by so fast. So you can do it with art, with music, with even accelerate your game creation by making the sprites for the games or the characters for your games, animating avatars. That's one of my favorite things to do, is animate avatars. But it's a wide open field, and instead of fearing it, I think it would be wise to embrace it, learn how you can have it benefit you.
I feel like what AI has done is very similar to what the internet did, especially in the music industry. It kind of evened the playing field a little bit, because before that, you had absolute gatekeepers that would keep you from the market. If you wanted to be a producer, you had to go to a recording studio that had hundreds of $1,000s worth of equipment, and you still had to get a record deal if you wanted to get on the radio. But what the internet did was, now you have a way to navigate and get it out yourself. And what AI is doing for a lot of people, especially creatives, a lot of the barriers that you would have if you had to work with other people, you now have a tool that you can pretty much do it yourself, as long as you know how to tell it what to do.
Yeah, right. You don't have to have all that millions of dollars of equipment.
Absolutely. And not only that, but as a hobby, I like to write scripts. I like to write stories. But for the longest time, I didn't know what the proper format for a screenplay was, or what an actual movie script is formatted like. What ChatGPT is like, hey, give me an example of an actual script and the way that Hollywood does it. And then the next thing you know, now I know how to do scripts the right way. For me, it's not replacing my work, it's enhancing my work. Now, don't get me wrong.
It's an additional tool.
Exactly. Now there are some people out there that just gonna use it and be like, "Hey, I wrote this," and we know good cotton well.
They're
Good cotton
using their powers
well.
for evil.
Yeah, you know.
But like people,
you can have that with every tool. I was telling somebody with technology and stuff, it's just like a tool. It's like, say, a pencil. You can write sonnets and plays, or you can stab somebody in the eye with it. So it's up to you.
I think it's cool how AI like it's more accessible and it's like more prevalent now. Like it used to be like you talked about AI, everyone's like, ooh, Skynet, you know,
Right.
future science fiction, blah blah blah. But now it's just like it's just there, like it's on your phone or it's on the internet. I know women who are like 60 years old that work in my company that are using Chat GPT and whatnot to help them whip up really cool like macros and spreadsheets and stuff. They're like, oh, this thing is a godsend because I just tell it what I want and it shows me how to do it. And these are women old enough to like be my grandma, right? So
that's some way to say they were our age.
Dang, that's messed up.
Okay, so maybe not that old because my grandma is like in her 80s. But I forget every once in a while that I'm 40.
That's Elliot.
I still think I'm 20. So
fair enough.
But yeah, like so these women like who are not technologically savvy are really embracing this as a tool to help them work with technology. It's sort of like bridging a gap there. And I think it's really cool how it's being used. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was going to say the beauty of AI now, I had learned something really cool the beginning of this week. There's a YouTuber he's like I don't know what he is, but he's like a tech nerd. He actually showed me how to do a Chat GPT but it's offline, so it's private. So you have it on your computer, you can use it whenever, and it doesn't utilize the internet. And I actually just tested out, and it worked just like ChatGPT, and it's just crazy how that works. At the same token, a rapper named by Javis, he tried to lay down vocals on his iPhone, and it actually mixed it down and everything, and he let me hear it. And I'm like, he did the whole thing on his phone. That's crazy.
Let's take a moment to say I love Javis. He's one of my favorite blast artists. So if he comes up, I gotta say it. So continue.
That's my dude. So it just shows you, like you said, the bar is being raised. Now, let's not get it twisted. Like, for instance, here's the philosophy I look at it. I could cut my own lawn, right? But instead, I'd rather pay a professional so it's done right and it's done the way you want it. Because me, it'll be done, but yeah. Yeah.
But
so
I think if you're using that as an example, then really what AI is doing, you program it to cut it like you want it. You know what I mean? As opposed to just saying a professional. But then again, like you said, it just could just very well be, you know, like me. You don't like cutting grass. And any old way to cut the grass.
I don't.
I do not like cutting the grass.
Cutting
the grass and shoveling snow are not my happy things.
I bet.
Yeah,
So Jarvis, here's my question.
In a candy store.
What, cutting grass?
Right.
No, with the AI.
Oh, I was about to say, what? So what is your favorite thus far app program for creating AI images?
Oh, let's see. I have two. One of them is Photor, which is part of what's the other program I have?
FOTR? Is it that? FOT?
Photor is one, and that's you can get that in the online flavor or the cell phone flavor, and one that's it's primarily on your phone, but I see they have a portion of it that's on the internet. It's called Wonder, and I can use this like my Swiss Army knife. You can imagery. You can also actually write with it. So those, and it actually kind of encouraged you, gave you a prompt, like write me a story like, what is it, like Tolkien, that says XYZ. And so you can actually teach AI to write like other writers, or you can teach it how to sample your writing and write like you write. That's something I did with some of my previous stuff that I wrote. And I was like, okay, I loaded a couple of stuff on there and I analyzed it. And I was like, well, write this in my voice. And so it wrote it just with the same inflections and terminology that I use.
A couple of favorites that I have. Number one, when I'm producing music, there's a program called Output, made by Arcade, and they have a new AI function now that you go on the site, you type in the type of music or type of song that you want to produce. You want to say, hey, I want a neo soul song that sounds like Sade in the key of F minor at 90 beats per minute, and takes about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and it spits out 4 examples, all with stems that you can, put into your whatever you're using and create songs just based on what it just spit out. Right.
Wow.
Also, I've been experimenting because I don't do AI as much as Jarvis, but I think I'm a close second. But I have also been experimenting with Microsoft's new AI program. It's called Copilot, which is, before that I was using Midjourney, and Midjourney is on Discord. But, going through Discord is kind of complicated. And then Midjourney got to a point where they were like, you know what? In order to use this, we're going to need some money from you now. We're going to need $20 a month or something like that. Because before that, I was hitting them up for 20, 30 images a day. But Copilot for right now, I think is free until, they figure out that they can make some money on it. So
I think it's supposed to be $20.
Yeah. I made this. I said, I want
$200 where?
20.
Well, we ain't getting it. Our blast budget. But I think I put in the program, I wanted a DJ, and I think because I was doing it for DJ Sugar Shack. Okay. This is one of the images that I put in, and I made that off of
that is so cool.
Copilot. But it gets even better. There's now an app on the iPad called Animate, ANI-MATE, where you can take a picture, fly it in, and it will animate it. AI will animate it for you, like so. How cool is that? Right?
Very.
So, like, in another example, since I got your attention, everybody knows our favorite
Fly.
This is Fly. But do you know that Fly actually has a job? She's a dancer.
I'm sorry.
Very nice.
I mispronounced one word. One word.
Hey, that's going on t-shirts for life.
Here's the spelling of that app. I want to get it.
I tried to say housefly and horsefly at the same time, and it came out hoefly one day. And DRay just ran with it.
It's never going to end.
No, it's not. It's
the group said that's the new intro or outro.
She's our mascot, so I don't see why not.
Yes, instead of saying good night, Graham Cracker, we'll just say dance, Fly, dance.
Start throwing dollars, right?
hey, we need a power up cash app so they can throw dollars at Fly.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. But
So-
think about it. But real quick. Think about this. 10 years ago, to animate 15 seconds would have probably cost you somewhere between $10,000-$15,000.
Wow.
And
Yep.
I just did it, and it took me maybe 20 minutes, and the app is free.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
wrote down the name because
Yeah.
I don't do anything like deep or productive with AI. I mostly just make little images for Dungeons and Dragons. But
and now
you're
Goob
saying
has
now
given me a
my
challenge.
character can dance?
Only you have
Goob has
animated those.
Goob has challenged me. Give me
Goob.
just a second.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Maybe it'll be done in time for next week.
You know?
Yeah, we'll do that. So Jarvis, tell everybody where they can find you, find your work on social media, and anything interesting.
Oh, sweet. You can just find me on most of the social medias, Instagram, Facebook. It's just my regular name, Jarvis Sheffield. I make it real easy to locate me. And then also I'm the admin of those 3 groups, Afrofuturism Central, the one that has like 500,000 people, not the imitators, and then also Black Comic Creators and Black Science Fiction Society. So those are 3 sites that I run, and like I said, on most social media, just look for my name, Jarvis Sheffield.
Bet.
We always love having you on, Jarvis.
Oh, I love coming
Yeah.
on. It's always a lot of fun.
We appreciate it. You are welcome anytime, bro. Whenever you want to just hang with us, we are welcome. We try to reserve this seat really for even the audience that would love to participate. We're just really trying to, be part of the community. So thank you for your contributions. We're excited to see what's going to happen in well, definitely DragonCon. We're going to try and be there. We would love to be there.
Hey, do it. Start saving your money now, and it's a life-changing experience, because I guarantee you haven't been to a con since you've been to DragonCon. DragonCon had 75,000 people last year.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah,
You forecast it to grow this year?
Probably. Actually, they tried to cap it at 70,000, but it even went beyond that last year. So every year it continues to get bigger and bigger. So, and more fun, because like I said, you have all these different cosplay characters. I mean, everything you could think of, walking every direction, and everybody's there having fun, taking pictures, showing off their stuff. It's a wonderful environment.
Fair enough. So, DRay, what you got to say before we take off, bro?
Hey man, let's see. What do I have to say? I'm at a total loss for words. I got so enthralled because I finally found a falling dollars video that I'm actually editing.
Here we go.
We'll save it for next week. And live your life to the fullest. You never know when the next day could be your last, and respect one another. I'm out.
Yes, indeed. So, Dizzy, what do you have to share?
I'm just gonna thank Jarvis for coming on again. Like, to be honest, if he wasn't here tonight, I was gonna call in sick. But I have been looking forward to the Jarvis episode for weeks now. So, like, just thank you for coming and hanging out with us. It's always a blast.
Awesome.
Hey, pun intended. We like it. Yes, thank you again, Jarvis, for hanging with us. You are more than appreciated. You're never considered a guest anymore. You're a family. So when you ever just want to hang out and talk nerdism, we are here for it always. So thank you so much.
We got to talk about our limo budget though. Just saying.
Let me see how I can come up with a virtual limo.
He's gonna get
Please, please.
Make their money.
You know what I'm saying? Well, everybody, we thank you for tuning in. Definitely come check us out again next week, Thursday. We're going to be here. We're going to have fun. All right, Goob. I told you, Goob. Come on.
I need is him on the show.
Yeah,
Come on, Goob. Well, we got the seat there for everyone who wants to come hang out with us. So, listen, please be kind. Have a good night. Be safe, and we'll definitely see you next week. And good night, Graham Cracker.
Nice.
Love y'all.
Damn, so fly.